So, 2 days ago, I have shared an image on my Facebook about a interview Putin did with some, I believe, I don't really know where the news reporter was from, but the point of the image was the interviewer asked Putin. Putin said that we're open to work with the EU despite sanctions, and the reporter Soloviev asked, "What about Turkey?" And Putin said, "Turkey is not Europe." And I had a lot of mixed reactions on that image because a lot of people liked it, not because it is something political or something else, but it is a joke. In all essence, it is a joke, and a lot of people also were kind of butthurt and deleted me from their friends list like few hours after that, and I really was interested in seeing, who got the joke and who didn't, because a lot of people were like, "Oh, you are such a fucking racist," not in those words, but in all essence, they said just, how could you share something like that in times like this? I was like, what times, so what? Turkey shot down a Russian plane, and how does that make my sharing of that video racist or anything? It doesn't have any logic behind it. But the point of this video is that finally there is someone who said it, that Turkey is not Europe. I was saying that since, like, I believe I was in sixth or seventh grade, and even then, when I saw the map, and you see, that only like 3 to 5% of it of Turkey is in Europe, and they claim they are European. They are not fucking European. Turkey is not in Europe, and Turkish people are not European people. There's distinct differences just because, and just because the like 5% of your territory is in Europe, that does not make you European. And in the same way that Spain has two cities in Africa and they are not African, and Egypt has Sinai, which is in Asia technically, but is not Asian country. And I have a lot of times being called on being racist or something just because of that. And a lot of times when I talk to Turkish people, I say to them that you're not European. Stop trying to fool yourself that you are European. You're not European. You are the same European as I am Asian. I am not Asian. And a lot of times when I see people from Turkey saying, well, Russia is not Europe. Why? Because the larger part of Russia is in Asia, and I am always like, okay, if that is true, then why do you call yourself European? It is moronic to say that Russia is not Europe because 60% of Russia is in Asia, but you are Europe when 95% of Turkey is in Asia. And this is the first time when you saw a politician from Europe or somewhere else to say, a big politician, to say that Turkey isn't Europe. Turkey tries to go to the European Union for 40 years, but because they are what they are, dictatorships for like 50 years. There is no stopping in a dictatorship. Erdogan is a democratically elected president, but he is a dictator. There is no other way to say it. He is a dictator, and just because of those things, they will never be in the. Serbia will be in the European Union before Turkey goes in the European Union, just because they do not want to renounce some of their practices they have, which are not European, anti-human rights, anti-anything, and because of that, you can call yourself European, I don't mind, but claiming that you are European just because there's 5% of your territory in Europe is moronic, and also claiming that you are European, I don't know by which logic, just because you were in Europe for like 300 or 400 years, that also doesn't make any sense, because living on another continent doesn't make you part of that continent. You know, if you do live if I go to Turkey and I live there and I live for 300 years, let's say, I will not become Turkish. I will still be Slavic, I will still be white, I will still be Serbian. You know, it doesn't change anything. Just because you occupied a piece of territory like for 500 years, that does not instantly make you European. That does not instantly make you anything. And I really am not I'm fascinated by those people these days. You know, I am European, and if you Turkish people who are claiming that they are European, and if you say they are not European, oh, you major fucking white racist, you know, which is okay. You know, they have the right to say that, but I also have the right to tell them that they are full of shit, because, well, they are. You know, you can't claim, and if I can claim that I am Asian, you can claim that you're European. You know, a lot of times Turkish people claim that they are European even if they are of Asian descent, and they claim they are not Asian, which is also okay, but you cannot deny your heritage because you don't like it, or whatever reason. I really don't want to go into that, and say, well, I don't want to be Asian, I want to be European. That is okay. If you renounce everything barbaric you have in your societies, you can be European. You know, it is not impossible to do. You know, anyone who tries hard enough can be European. You know, you will never be genetically European, but if you uphold European values that we in Europe uphold, you know, you can be European, you can become European. But claiming that you're European and still, you know, having villages in rural Turkey that uphold the same values as the Ottoman Turks, you know, it really does make counter arguments to your argument, you know. And I don't know, really, I really am fascinated that for the first time I see someone big from the West to say that Turkey isn't Europe, and to not be called racist like 5 minutes after that. Because, you know, if I was the president of Serbia and said, well, you know, Turkey is not Europe, I would be branded a racist in like 15 seconds because of the history that we have here in Serbia. So yeah, I really would like to see two scenarios, either or one, Turks denouncing that they are European and, you know, being what they are, you know, Turks, or Turks denying being so far back in the development of their society and actually becoming European. You know, I would really like to see any of those scenarios, because the current scenario is like me being a thief and saying, well, you know, I'm an honest man. You know, when someone says you're a thief, I say you're a racist. So really, it's really a moronic situation, and I really want it to either normalize or go to the ancient version of it, that Turks are, you know, semi-barbaric. I would not barbaric, but semi-medieval, and Europe is Europe as you know it now.